Hello, hello there, my crafty friends. It is Candy here from sweetstamper.com, and I'm so happy to be with you here today. It is Tuesday. That means it is Teach Me Tuesday here on Facebook Live. I come to you and broadcast here every Tuesday and Thursday at 2 p.m. both days, and that's Central Time. So you have to adjust for your time zone. On Tuesdays, we do teaching, so I'm going to teach you how to turn a strawberry into a pear today. And then on Thursdays, we do simple and stepped up stamping. So I'm very happy to see, I think I already see Karen and somebody else here. I've got to, hey Barb, I'm going to bring you up on my computer, and that way I can see comments once I bring the camera down. So if you are new here, I welcome you and encourage you to go and click like or follow on my, I think you actually click like on my Facebook page here. And that way you get the notifications for my Facebook Lives and the other posts that I share. So hi Linda, I'm glad you're here. And Marlene, welcome, welcome. I'm going to go ahead and bring camera down, and we are going to get to stamping. We're actually doing some fun color things today. So let's bring camera down and see what is happening. I'm hoping that my lighting is good. Let's see. Okay. Not bad at all. So this is here just to show you. I oftentimes like to review where we were at the previous broadcast. So this is, let me bring this over a little bit. This was our simple stamping. This is just stamp, ink, and paper. There's nothing else in this card. Stamp, ink, and paper. This is using the beautiful, beautiful Reflected in Nature stamp set. And then we stepped it up a bit and added some ribbon, some designer paper, another piece of colored cardstock here, and I even added a little bit of color here with some watercolor pencils. So simple and stepped up stamping, that's what we do on Thursdays. Hey Velma, I am glad you are here. You are right on time. And Linda and Twyla's here today. Karen, Linda, let's see, I think that's everybody that's here so far. So welcome, welcome. Okay, today I wanted to first of all just mention to you, I've shared it just maybe an hour or so ago with my email subscribers that we have a huge flash sale going on tomorrow with Stampin' Up. And it is for all of every single cling stamp set in the annual catalog. So let me grab one. Here's a great example right here. So that includes, there's some great Christmas stamp sets in there if you're looking to add to your Christmas stamp sets. So, you know, if you're newer to stamping, not as familiar, you may not realize that we have photopolymer stamps, which is what I'm using here today, and those are clear and see-through. And then we also have our cling rubber stamps. And these are our more traditional red rubber stamps, and they have this super, super clingy material on the label side to help them adhere to your blocks really easily. Hey, Mary, I'm glad you're here. So we are actually, the flash sale is 15% off every single cling rubber stamp set in the annual catalog. Now, one of the reasons that we're not, the cling stamps, the photopolymer stamps are not in the sale is there's a little bit of a challenge with getting some of the raw materials for this right now. So Stampin' Up! Wanted to make sure that there would be no issue with being able to produce the volume of stamp sets that will be, you know, grabbed at that 15% off sale price. So that is every single cling rubber stamp set in the annual catalog, 15% off, 24 hours tomorrow only. And I did share the list with my email subscribers so that you can print it off. I even have a large print file so that you can print it off, highlight the ones that you want, and save some money. You can put anything else on that order and use my host code, and I have some great ordering specials. So I have a 3-card kind of little mini class for you. So you will get all 3 of those card packets with everything you need prepped and ready to go. And then you'll also get the tutorials for all 3 cards in the mail sent to you with a $35 minimum order. And if you bring that up to 50, I'll throw in some rhinestones as well. Okay, here we go. Today we are going to take a very springy, summery stamp set, and we're going to make it into fall. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, this is a 2-step stamp set. So you would typically stamp the outline image for the strawberry and then fill it in. You would stamp the leaf image and then fill it in with the other stamp. Well, today I'm going to use just the fill-in stamp here and a greeting, and we're going to turn that into a pear. Just look what happens if you just turn it upside down. Looks like a pear to me. And I don't know about you, but I love pears, and it is that time of year. It's that time of year when pears are in season, and I picked some up last night at my local grocery store, which is H-E-B. They had them for 87 cents a pound. I mean, incredibly inexpensive. And so this is that time of year. Now I'm going to be stamping on very vanilla cardstock, and I have run this through with a die. Let me show you, because when you're placing your order tomorrow for that awesome flash sale, you might want to add this set of dies. This is called Ornate Layers. They have a lot of uses. You can do so many things with them. Super, super fancy, and then also some more doily-like. And then even just kind of a plain stitched one here. And then the one I'm using today is a little bit on the plainer side, certainly compared to this really lacy ornate one. But it gives just that nice little finished edge. Kind of reminds me of a little, just kind of brings in that kind of country look, I think. So I've got just a few little, just a tiny few little dots that didn't come totally through on my die cutting machine. Okay, I am going to be using my my piercing mat, my little foam mat, because this does not have that little foam mat already. You know, our cling rubber stamps have that already built in. But with your cling rubber stamps, you definitely need to use this. And what I'm doing is we are going to play with some colors. And when I position, I want to position so that this is in the center. I'm going to put 3 pairs here. So I'm going to use my grid paper to help me line that up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's see, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's what I thought. Okay, just making sure that I'm in this. There's my little center line right there. That's going to help me to position this so that I can put all 3. Now, I'm going to use naturally Pear Pizzazz, kind of no-brainer there. But Pear Pizzazz, even when I use Pear Pizzazz on my pear, it's a little bit strong. Oh, I forgot something. Let me grab it. So I'm going to stamp it off first, and that's going to give me a lighter version of Pear Pizzazz. So I'm going to ink it up. Now, let me give you a little tip here. If you stamp it off on your grid paper, it's not going to give you the look that you want. You have to actually stamp it off on cardstock. This has a lot of texturing on the stamp to give you like variations in color. And if you, see how dark, that's way too dark. If you do it on your grid paper, it doesn't, because grid paper doesn't hold ink the way our stamps, our regular cardstock does. Now I'm going to use my So Saffron ink, and I'm going to run some So Saffron kind of down the center of my pear to give it a little bit of a sun-kissed look. And I'm going right about the center, and then I'm going to hold it for a couple of seconds because it's a photopolymer stamp, and voila, I have a pear. I got a little bit of modeling there. That's okay. Now, what I'm going to do for the next ones, I'm going to put one on each side. And I'm going to put my Pear Pizzazz away, and I'm actually going to do the golden pears. You know, there's several different variety of pears. Well, actually more than several. There's quite a few. And so now I'm going to take my pear. I'm going to ink it up with So Saffron, and I'm going to use just a little bit of Mango Melody. And Mango Melody, let me bring you in a little bit more, is kind of bright, but believe it or not, it actually works for this. Let me bring this more here. There we go. And again, I'm going to go right down the center of my stamp. I'm going to bring it over here, and I'm going to have a golden pear right there. So I'm going to have a green one in the center. And you see how Stampin' Up! Has created this, has like almost like little hash marks on here. And it gives kind of a look of being watercolored. So now I'm going to do one more on the other side so that I have two golden pears and then the green pear in the center. And that just gives me a little bit of variety and interest to my design. Hey, Simone, I'm glad you're with us today. So that one is going to go right there. And you can just play with these different colors and make different varieties of your pears. And again, that is Pear Pizzazz, So Saffron, and believe it or not, Mango Melody, which is typically a little bit of a brighter color. Now I'm done with my pear, so I think I'm going to go ahead and clean this and put it away. And then we're going to have a little bit more magic to happen. So let me show you what we're going to do. We need a stem on this pear, on these pears. So what I'm going to do, pull this out so you can see a little bit better. Let's pop that over here. And again, this is a main catalog stamp set. And many of us bought this already. So maybe I'm just giving you an idea on how to use it in a slightly different way. So I'm just putting a little stem on there with my soft suede Stampin' Right marker. And then I am going to break out my Wink of Stella, which is not where it should be. And we're going to hit these pears with a little Wink of Stella. Does anybody here like still life artwork? I love it. Still life is, you know, where there's a composition, oftentimes of bowls of fruit. There might be like a table with different things on it. Inanimate objects as opposed to like flowers, as opposed to animals, as opposed to landscapes. So still art is something that I've always really loved. And this is what that reminds me of. Now, what we're going to do next is figure out which color card we want to put this on. So it looks really good on Pear Pizzazz. Of course, this is pear and pear. But it also looks really nice if I put it on Old Olive. Now, Pear Pizzazz is the lighter version and also a little bit softer than Old Olive. They're both yellowy golden greens. Look what happens when I put it on the Old Olive. There's a much higher contrast, and I think it really, really works nicely. Almost brings out the green more than when it's with the Pear Pizzazz. Then we could even go into a slightly different direction, and we could go with a very neutral background, this being crumb cake, and that really, really gives that very natural look to my pears. So I'm going to let you guys think about what you feel I should do there. And I'm going to grab my soft suede ink pad to do my my greeting. And I decided that I wanted to use Happy Birthday, You Sweet Thing. I think that's super, super sweet. Really sweet. And honestly, this could go to anybody. I probably wouldn't give it to a guy, but it could go to, you know, a young person. Okay, I've got a couple of votes for Old Olive. That was the direction I was leaning as well, but I thought, well, let's just kind of put it up for a vote. And let's give a little envelope action there. I think what I need to do is use my pick a tool. Just one, there's just one more there. I think that's it. And you see how when you have, I'm actually not even going to use dimensionals on this, I don't think, because you see how when you put it right up against that, it comes through that little bit of a lace edge. Just a really, is it through? No, there's one that's just kind of hanging back there. Okay, okay, Old Olive is definitely the vote. Now, since we've decided on Old Olive, I'm going to go ahead and put my greeting down here. And while we're doing that, I want to think about, we're going to put just a little bit of ribbon or twine on here. Now, can Candy find? I have a couple of options. I have this gold shimmer ribbon. I have this vanilla lace. So you kind of have the lace and the lace, which is kind of nice. And then we could also go with something a little bit more tailored, and we could go with the vanilla twine. So I'm going to let you think about that while I'm stamping the greeting on here, and I'm just going to use my soft suede ink. And I'm going to ink this up like so. Ah, Simone likes the gold. Okay, let's see what, we have a few other votes here. I mean, this is really kind of old school, classic stamping. This is Stamps, Ink, and Paper. I did kind of vamp things up with this die. But you could use just a piece of very vanilla cardstock. Okay, we've got votes for the gold. We're going to go for the gold. Let's put this over here, and I think we might maybe put a, you know what, I think maybe we're going to put one on the envelope. Let's go with, okay. Got one vote for the lace, but several for the gold. And I'm thinking about putting it across the top because this is such a large piece that I think if I put it across the top, it's probably going to be my best bet. Again, this is super, super simple stamping. But look at how the artwork that Stampin' Up! Has done just covers everything for us. I mean, they just... I don't have to do anything else because they have done it for me. Let me grab my little silicone mat. I think it's a great fall card. I hope that you guys are thinking about adding this to your order, or maybe if you already have this strawberry set, it's super popular. It has a coordinating punch, which I didn't even show you. So you could do your pears and then you could pop them all up on dimensionals, which would be super fun too. Okay, let's just pop that and see how that die goes almost end to end. So it's almost 5.5. Okay, so let's just go like this. We're going to go all the way through here. This was just in my scrap pile, and look at there. It's going to be just exactly what I need to go across the top. Really dress this up. Super, super simple, but so elegant and so pretty for fall. With all these pears in season right now, I made a pear crumble for dessert on Sunday. And a crumble is a British version of like a cobbler. So it has a crumble topping. So you take oats and usually a little bit of flour, and then you cut butter into it, a little bit of brown sugar, and you put it on the top of your fruit. And it was absolutely delicious. I didn't even put any sugar with the pears. But what I did do was I had a little bit of marzipan that was left over in my pantry, and it was kind of drying out, so I grated it and put it in with the pears, added some almonds with my crumb topping. Oh my, it was really good. I have to tell you, it was really good. So I kind of had pears on my mind, and I honestly don't even think that we need an embellishment. I could add a couple of dots. Let's see. Should I or shouldn't I add just a few really subtle dots? Let's see. What have I got in my little bag of tricks here? That's kind of nice, but maybe a little bit bold. This is what I was thinking I might add. If I was going to add something, ooh, I like that because it picks up the, this kind of picks up the shimmer of those pears. Well, oh, look at here. Those, nope, those are not the right color. Let's see. I could do these little clear. That might be kind of nice. So I'll see if anybody has no dots. Okay, looks good without embellishments. I'm going to leave well enough alone. Okay, like I said, it's very classic, very simple, but very elegant. A Pear happy birthday card made with the sweet strawberry stamp set. So, hey, welcome, Kathy. I'm glad you're joining us. We're glad you're here, even if you're a wee bit late. You know what I'm going to do before I sign off? I'm going to grab, where did I put it? My little mat once again. Here we go. And let's just pop a pear onto this. Let's put one onto the envelope. That would be kind of cool. Haha. It's a good thing I didn't put my stamp away yet, because I think this will be just that little extra touch. So let's go back into our traditional, more, well, not really traditional, our Pear Pizzazz. Pears can be several shades of greens and yellows. And so I guess Pear Pizzazz isn't really more traditional. Green pears are not more traditional than golden pears. So we're going to stamp this off. And then we are going to take our So Saffron ink, and we are going to use a sponge dauber and pick up a little bit of ink and run it down the center of this pear to give it a little bit of a golden kissed look. And I'll make sure my envelope is in the right place there. And I'm going to put it right down here. I think that's going to be a good spot for it. So one more pear on the envelope. Look how pretty. And then I'm going to come in here with my soft suede marker and just give it a little tiny stem. And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. A quick, easy, but very elegant, very classic birthday card made out of the sweet strawberry stamp set. And we have turned it upside down, literally, and made a pear card. Perfect for fall. I don't know about you guys, but we have a lot of fall birthdays in my house, and I would be really happy to get this birthday card. We did add some Wink of Stella to those pears, which makes them glisten, which really picks up the gold ribbon. Is just the perfect touch. So that is it for today, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget the big 24-hour flash sale on all cling rubber stamps in the annual catalog. My host code will get you gifts. With $35 orders, you will get my little class for free. And if you bump it up to $50, I'll throw some rhinestones in as well. So that is it for today. I am going to love you and leave you. Whoopsie. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate your support. and appreciate you being here with me. I will post the video link once I get it uploaded to YouTube so that anybody who doesn't catch me live can catch me later. And I will be back here with you on Thursday for simple and stepped up stamping. Don't forget to shop the sale tomorrow. Thank you so much. Take care and God bless.